Hey, what up, G fam? In today's video, I'll be going over 9 fragrances that I would love to add to my collection. Now, these fragrances are not fragrances that I'm looking to blind buy. These are fragrances that I actually tested through samples or through going through retail stores and testing them myself. Now, let's dive into this video so you guys have an idea of these amazing fragrances that I would love to add to my collection. Now, let's dive right in. So for the first fragrance in this list, this fragrance is a beast. It is freaking amazing, and to me, it's one of the best unisex fragrances on the market, and that is from the house of by Kilian. It is Angel Share. Now, this fragrance right here is a nice cinnamon fragrance with a Kodiak that gives it this nice licorice vibe that is just completely amazing. It's a gourmand type of a fragrance that the ladies are gonna enjoy, and it's good to wear for date night situation and potentially club night situation because you be smelling amazing. The compliment factor to that fragrance is amazing. So if you haven't tried Angel Share, I personally recommend to do so because that fragrance is good. So for the next fragrance here we have is from the house of Tom Ford, and this fragrance is also delicious and amazing, and that is Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Now, this fragrance right here just smells good. There's a female that I know in my job site that wears this fragrance every freaking day, and every time she walks, she leaves a nice, sexy sillage of cherry that is just straight up delicious, guys. If you guys love cherry fragrance, or you're a female that loves cherry fragrance, this is a fragrance you should be checking out because this is a fragrance that I'm looking to add to my collection because the fragrance is amazing. So for the next fragrance, we enter the house of Parfums de Marly. Now, this is a nice, sexy spring fragrance that I personally enjoy. And now, this is not Setley, this is Greenley. Now, this fragrance right here just smells good. It gives me this nice, sexy spring, summer type of vibe that is good. It's easy to compliment getting fragrance. Now, I know most people, when we're looking to Parfums de Marly, you're probably looking into Setley, but to me, that fragrance does not work for me. It does not last as long as I want it to. Greenley, to me, does the job, and it just smells freaking good. And it's a fragrance I'm gonna be picking up for this spring and summer time. So now we enter the house of by Kilian once again, and this fragrance is delicious. It is mouth-watering, and it's a compliment-getting fragrance, and that is by Kilian Black Phantom. Now, this fragrance is sweet. It's a nice, sexy, warm spice fragrance that is warm, inviting, cozy, you name it. This fragrance is also delicious. It has chocolate, it has caramel, coffee notes, and it has that delicious boozy rum that I personally enjoy. If these notes sounds interesting to you, you should be picking up this fragrance as well, as I'm gonna do the same thing myself because I love myself gourmand fragrances. So now we're going back into the house of Parfums de Marly, and for this one I have is Layton. Now, Layton is a nice, sexy fragrance that is very mass appealing, easy to pull off, and is easy compliment getting fragrance. Now, the reason I want the fragrance is because I dropped my previous bottle a couple of months back. So I need to restock on a new bottle because the fragrance is amazing. So if you guys are looking for compliments, you love sweet fragrances, you love fragrances from the house of Parfums de Marly with good performance all around, then this fragrance is a fragrance you should be picking up because it is good. So for the next fragrance, this fragrance is also freaking good, and that is from the house of Azzaro, and we have here Azzaro the Most Wanted. Now, this fragrance has a nice opening of cardamom. It goes to a mid note of toffee, and it finishes it all with that amber wood. This fragrance is good, it's warm, it's spicy, and it is sexy. If you guys are looking for a date night fragrance, this is a fragrance you should be picking up because this fragrance is amazing. All right, it's very cozy, it's very inviting. It's a nice Netflix chill night type of a fragrance. It is also delicious because of that toffee note, and it is sexy because of the cardamom. So make sure you check this bad boy out because this fragrance is good. For the next fragrance we have here is from the house of Tom Ford. Now, to me, this could be an upgrade or a downgrade depending on you, and that is Tom Ford Nior Extreme Parfum. So Nior Extreme Parfum, it is a good leather type of a fragrance. It gets the original DNA from the original Nior Extreme, but it's more leathery. All right, so if you guys love leather fragrance, then this fragrance is good. Not only that, the fragrance has a better performance all around, and the longevity and the projection rejection department from the original Noir Extreme. Now, once again, if you guys love leather fragrance with a bit of sweetness to it, then there's a fragrance you should be picking up. If you don't love the leather to the fragrance, then I personally recommend to go for the original Noir Extreme. But for me, I love those leather fragrance, and this is a fragrance that I would love to add to my collection. So this next fragrance right here, I'm just surprised I don't have this fragrance in my collection. And this fragrance is good. It is timeless. It is versatile. It's just an amazing fragrance. This fragrance right here is from the house of Chanel, and that is Bleu De Chanel EDP. Now, the reason I don't own this fragrance is because it was not a fragrance that was sticking out for me in the beginning. I know the fragrance smells amazing, the smell is good. It's a fragrance that pretty much almost everybody wears because it's very versatile and it works. So now that I realize I don't have the fragrance and I know people are rocking it and I know it works every time, I just decided I just want to add this fragrance to my collection because the fragrance is amazing. So if you guys already have Bleu De Chanel, then you know the fragrance is a good fragrance to have and it's very versatile. Now, for the people who don't have Bleu De Chanel, it's a fragrance you should be checking out if you haven't already, because the fragrance is a compliment-getting fragrance. It's good for a signature scent. It's good for almost every situation. So make sure you check that fragrance out, and that is Bleu De Chanel EDP. So now we enter the house of my watch, and this fragrance is just straight up amazing, and that is Royal Tobacco. This is a nice tobacco vanilla combo that just smells good. Smells just completely interesting. Now, this fragrance may not be for everyone, because this is, for me, I recommend this fragrance for the fragrance connoisseur, but the fragrance scent profile is unique. It is high quality. It is just good. So if you're in the market for a tobacco vanilla combo, you love the house of Amouage, and you want a fragrance that's going to get you noticed in any facility you decide to walk into, now there's a fragrance you should be checking out. But this fragrance is pricey, so make sure you sample before you buy. But this fragrance is good, and it's a fragrance I'll be adding to my collection. So if you guys are looking for some of the best designer fragrances on the market, check this video right here as I go over 10 of those fragrances. See you on the next video.